Maybe you're having a hard time letting go of an avoidant person, probably because you want to get them back or you're hoping that they'll come around. But even if you want to get them back, I'm going to show you why you still need to let them go and move on. So, if you're new here, there's four main attachment styles, and everybody has an attachment style. It can change over time throughout your life, throughout your relationships. Now, if you've ever been involved with somebody and things were going great at first, but then they kind of just started pulling away, they went quiet on you and distanced themselves without much clarity, reasoning, or understanding, then you probably dealt with somebody with a dismissive avoidant attachment style, and that's who we're talking about today. So here's the thing: when your avoidant partner pulls away, okay, they kind of leave the relationship. Here's the thing: you think that getting them back involves holding on to hope, holding on to the idea, chasing them, holding on tighter. But all of these things only pushes them away even further. Okay, when you're anxious attachment, I'm talking about the anxious preoccupied attachment style. When this attachment style is activated in you, if you have this anxious attachment style, relationship anxiety. When this is activated in you, you need to know that you are not in a secure state. Okay, you're in fight or flight mode. That's what's going on. Okay, when your anxious attachment is activated, you are in fight or flight mode. And yes, relationship anxiety can trigger this fight or flight mechanism. Okay, and you need to know that. This can happen when someone is pulling away from you. It can happen after a breakup, after separation, after someone discards you, etc. And when you're in this state of anxious attachment, you're afraid of losing something. You're afraid of losing this relationship. And your response, the natural response, especially if you have an anxious attachment wound, is to hold on tighter. Okay, especially when there's no clarity or understanding of why your partner is distancing themselves, which is common with a dismissive avoidant. But I want you to first understand the science of this, okay, the brain chemistry, because most people overlook this and they're not even aware of it. But here's what's going on when you are in this state of anxious attachment relationship anxiety. Okay, your cortisol is way high. Okay, that's not a good thing, and you can't think straight when your cortisol is high. Okay, you don't have a clear mind, and your dopamine is dysregulated. Okay, and every time you interact with the avoidant, anytime they post on social media, anytime you send a text, even if you're being ignored, even if they're not even replying, you just sending a text will give you a spike in dopamine. And those small spikes in dopamine become an addictive behavior. Okay, and you just get caught up in this loop. So this is what's going on. After a breakup, separation, discard, your partner is pulling away. This is what's going on, and you need to be aware of this. Okay, when this is happening, you cannot think clearly. This is what fight or flight looks like. Okay, you need time. You need time for your hormones to normalize. Okay, we need this to come back to baseline. That takes time. It can take a few weeks. It can take a few months. Okay, but you need time for this to normalize. You need that period of no contact for yourself. Now, if you share kids or property, or you see them at work or school and you can't go no contact, then what you can do is go into low contact, where any interaction with them is business only. It's strictly business with them. Now, the reason you need to let go, even if you want to get them back, right? Look, I get it. After a breakup, separation, maybe you want to get them back, okay? Maybe you want to give the relationship another shot. You want to convince them to come back, whatever. Okay, even if that's the case, I said I'd show you why. You still need to let them go and move on, okay? And this is the reason why, okay? You need to let go of them, the potential, the idea, let go of them, and here's why. It's because the paths are the same, okay? Whether your goal is to get them back and revisit that relationship, or your goal is to get over them and move on from your ex, the paths are the same, okay? So you need to let go. You need to surrender control. Trust the unknown. Go into no contact. Allow a sufficient passage of time. Allow your hormones to normalize. You focus on your own life. You invest in family and friends. You heal. You thrive. And then you are fine either way. Okay? And look, once your cortisol and your dopamine have returned to normal levels, okay, once you've gotten over this person, you've become detached, you're over them, well, now you can make a sound decision for yourself, okay? And you can think clearly. You're not operating in this fear or anxiety mode, right? You can think much more clearly. You're more confident. You don't need this person anymore, right? Once you're detached, once you're over them, okay? Now, maybe you can reconnect with them, right? Maybe you can reconnect with them. Maybe you can reach out. And if you do go that route, well, guess what? If you took these steps, if you followed this path all the way to the end, okay, then guess what? What happens if you reconnect? Well, you're more confident, right? You're more confident. There is no more fear or anxiety. You're not operating in this fight or flight mode of this holding on tighter and needing this to work. No, you're fine either way. You're fine either way, and that's the important part. You are fine either way. So I hope I brought some good into your life today. If so, please like and subscribe, and please share your thoughts and your stories in the comments. Let's get the discussion going. If you have any questions, please share them. And if you think this video might help somebody, please share it with them. And until next time, you take care, and I'll see you in the next video.